No maps, no reservations, just a full tank of gas and an idea. Sometimes the greatest adventure begins with nothing more than the courage to turn down the unknown path. This journey winds through the majestic heart of the Canadian Rockies, where big skies stretch endlessly and cathedral-like peaks rise with steadfast grandeur above countless lakes and rivers reflecting the natural beauty around them. We then cross the Strait of Georgia to reach the sun-drenched shores of the endless beaches of Vancouver Island, where time slows to the rhythm of the waves. From mountaintop to coastline, let's see what we'll discover together. Our first destination, despite being only 1 hour away from our starting point, Calgary, is Canmore. The best bagel I have ever had can be found at the Rocky Mountain Bagel House. It is incredibly fresh, incredibly delicious, light, and the perfect way to start your day. Ten out of 10, never fails. Of course, if you want to grab an equally perfect matcha latte, I cannot recommend the Canary enough. The perfect blend, the right amount of sweetness, and the atmosphere is hard to beat. With that out of the way, I spent 15-20 minutes just walking around town, taking in the atmosphere, and really grasping the magnitude of the road trip that was about to take place. My first official stop would take me to Yoho National Park, more specifically Emerald Lake and a natural bridge. So Emerald Lake, as beautiful as always. I don't think I've been here for maybe 9 years or more. I can't even remember the last time I came, but the color is fantastic, especially with the overcast weather, the little bit of rain that we're getting right now. Everything has an extra little bit of contrast, extra little bit of shine. So amazing. What isn't amazing, however, is the parking situation, but that is to be expected. It is the summer season. It is peak season in the Rockies right now. So I could have probably just walked from the natural bridge parking area all the way here. It would have saved me the trouble of going through the lineup only to loop back down and park on the side of the road. So just be aware that if you're coming, even on a weekday like I am today, the parking situation might be a bit problematic, but it's fine. You can just walk up the road. Absolutely worth the extra little bit of hiking to see Emerald Lake. Now, what I'm going to do next, in theory, is drive all the way down to Revelstoke. Now, if I find something interesting along the way, again, I have no plans. I haven't even booked any place to stay, so that's kind of my primary concern within the next couple of hours or so. We're going to drive down, see what happens. The drive from Emerald Lake to Revelstoke is less than 2 hours, and I really didn't want to rush, so I made a quick stop at the Giant Cedar Boardwalk Trail. This is an enchanting walk through a grove towering with 500-plus-year-old red cedar trees, and the walk itself is relatively short at less than 1 kilometer. But as you can imagine, the boardwalk winds through lush inland rainforest, and you have that incredible tranquil experience, especially with the rain still coming down in our case, that mist, that contrast. It was incredible. So, made it to Revelstoke. I was worried over nothing. There are plenty of accommodations in this town. It is a little bit late though, but as you can see, the mist and the clouds and everything behind me is just simply spectacular. So I'm gonna spend a couple more hours wandering by the river here, see what more shots I can get. Tomorrow I'm gonna wander into town, probably check out the Railroad Museum, and we're gonna go from there. The following morning, I did something incredibly uncharacteristic, which was to get up particularly early. I couldn't help it, the excitement was running high as I was looking forward to starting the next leg of my trip. Unfortunately, the Railroad Museum would not open for another hour, and it was still raining quite hard. Terra Vita Kitchen came up as one of the highest rated coffee shops in town. I spent about an hour, and I can confirm the coffee and the treats were fantastic. While waiting, I was considering continuing on my journey if the weather cleared up. The rain, on the other hand, had other plans, as it only intensified almost in such a way as to reaffirm my decision of visiting the museum.
I just wanna go out on a walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. You don't have to tell me anything that's new. I just wanna go out on a walk with you. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine.
Coming to the museum was a really good decision. There's not much else that we can do in that level of rain. And because I came first thing in the morning, there's nobody else here. I have the entire train to myself. So let's keep exploring.
I just wanna see the same things you can see. Understand the meaning on a new degree.
Touché.
Maybe heaven when you're next to me. I just wanna see the same things you can see.
Well, that was an amazing experience. Only $14, would highly recommend it. It takes about an hour and a half to kind of see everything, go through all of the trains, the cabins, and the hands-on experience alone, I think, is absolutely worth it. Now, as you can see behind me, the weather has also cleared up in the meantime, so I think it's time for me to hit the road again. I'm going to make my way towards Kelowna. I'm going to see what we're going to find.
Okay, one sec. I changed my mode this morning, so maybe that's confusing.
Taking lots of footage out here.
Okay, we found exactly what we were looking for. You know, you come to Kelowna, you have to do a wine tasting, and Ancient Hill was phenomenal. Every single wine that I tried was outstanding, but this one stood above the rest. The rosé, gotta give it a try. I think it's going to go fantastic with a nice light meal, charcuterie board, something along those lines. So I think what's next is a little bit of hiking. All right, we're at a certain Seattle-based coffee shop that shall not be named. I had a fantastic time in Kelowna yesterday. Definitely check out the Knox. That's that really nice, easy hike that gives you some incredible payoffs at the very end. Now, this morning, I thought maybe I should spend a couple hours checking out the Kelowna boardwalk, but if the goal is to re-enter civilization, I think instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the 5-hour drive into Vancouver. I booked a really nice place in the Kitsilano area last night, so I wouldn't have to contend with that today. And once we get into Vancouver, again, I could walk around the seawall. I think that's going to be an incredible experience. I just want to prioritize kind of the time that I have left to get the maximum value. And I think in Vancouver, I'm going to be able to find that. Now, that is a 5-hour drive, so I'm not going to put you through that through teleportation. We're just instantly going to find our way there. All right, I made it. It is pretty late, so I'm gonna wait out the sunset. I think I'm gonna sleep and fight another day. All right, see you tomorrow. It's time for a coffee, and since Granville Island is right across the street from Kelowna, sort of, that would be a great place to start the morning. All I can say is I'm glad I decided not to drive in on a Saturday morning. This place is packed. The public market. It is exactly like I remembered it. A bustling hub of flavor, color, and creativity. From fresh seafood and handmade pasta to artisan pastries and local crafts, this iconic indoor market offers a feast for the senses. And yes, I did in fact find the coffee I was looking for at the Blue Parrot. I ended up getting a raspberry mocha, and it was incredible. The flavor profile, everything was as vibrant as the surroundings. As great as Granville Island is, and yes, you could easily spend half a day exploring every shop and every alley, Vancouver has a lot to offer. It was time to move on and enter the downtown area, and the best way to do so was to take one of the very convenient water taxis. They have multiple pickup and drop-off points, and as a tourist, it feels like they were designed for that scope.
Yeah, I will, ideally, yeah. We do to that, right? Copy, thanks for that. And you guys? We're gonna go to
Yaletown.
Yaletown. Yeah.
Well, that was a lot of fun, and for $6, definitely recommend. I got off at Yaletown and decided to walk by the waterfront through Chinatown and then through Gastown. Gastown is Vancouver's oldest neighborhood and a National Historic Site where cobblestone streets and Victorian architecture meet the vibrant modern vibe. It's also where I decided to stop for lunch at Momo Sushi. For a chain, this place had great value and the food was equally tasty. It was the perfect light meal I was hoping for. With a late lunch settled, I had but one plan left for the day, and that was to make my way counterclockwise around the entirety of the seawall and hopefully time the sunset just right. We covered a lot of ground today, but any day that ends at the beach with a perfect sunset like this is a big W in my book. So I'll see you tomorrow.